It didn't necessarily like it. That's over the 2,200 pound capacity that this machine's rated for. Hey everyone, Mike here, Rusty Garage and Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna take the first gen. We're probably gonna get probably 3 55-gallon drums, load up on the back of this thing, and then drive a little ways and go pick up some bulk wheat feed so we can get all of our pastures planted for the cows for this spring. So once we get all this picked up and brought back home, we'll go over what the price is for bulk wheat feed. And I'm probably gonna go ahead and pick up some 271313 fertilizer, maybe 500 pounds or so, just to spread out on a couple different areas. So let's get some drums loaded on the first gen and go get some seed. How do you guys roll up your loose ends on your ratchet straps? I normally fold mine over a few times and then stick it over under what I'm ratcheting. Where it'll pinch it a little bit more. And then I cinch it down. That always seems to hold pretty good. How do you all tie down the loose ends of your ratchet straps? Leave a comment. Okay, well, that'll hold. Let's go get some seed. So they take the drums across the street. They got a big silo that they keep all the wheat and everything in. I've done it off of the truck before, and we've used big pieces of cardboard as a funnel. It still makes a big old mess. So anymore, they just take it over there on the forklift, and then they can pick it up to the bottom of the chute and fill each barrel up without making a teetotal mess out of it. You can see there's a set of scales right over there. These 2 barrels he took over there and weighed them. Now after he fills them, he's gonna bring them back over there and weigh it so we can see how much wheat is in them. You see there it comes down the road. You can see that one's full. You already got the lid on that one. Get the lid on this, and I'll run a strap over it. Make sure it's down all the way, so you can see him down there with the forklift. He's got to pick that thing up to the bottom of that chute. Then he's got to crawl up there with it and open the slide gate to fill the drum up. Now we just hurry up and wait. Ooh.
Your foot, did I?
Nope.
Right.
Okay, let's see how much the damage is. All right, we made it home. We've got 1,866 pounds of wheat. That's about 620-ish pounds of wheat per barrel, and we ended up getting 500 pounds of 271313. And I'll end up moving that barrel and try to get this one up on there just so they're all on a pallet, and probably find another pallet to put these bags of fertilizer on. So why would you want to buy your grain or your wheat seed or whatever in bulk like this versus buying it in a 50-pound bag? To me, it comes down to cost. I did price wheat bags while I was there. I think it's a King Grazer or something like that is the 50-pound bag of wheat seed that they sell. And in my area, most everyone plants 100 pounds to the acre. So you'd need 2 bags to plant for every acre. And that stuff costs $14 a bag. So you're looking at $28 per acre to plant. This bulk seed here was $8 a unit. So $8 every 100 pounds. There's $149 and some change worth of wheat sitting on this truck. That's 1,866 pounds of wheat. That is a huge savings versus the bag stuff. Now, if you're in more of a remote area doing like some deer plots or different things like that, where you couldn't necessarily get a tractor or anything like that in there, the wheat would probably be okay. Or I don't know. I mean, there's multiple reasons why someone would want to buy bags over bulk. Maybe they just don't have a way to transport it or handle it or anything like that. But the cost savings is huge. Okay, so I just did the math for bags of wheat for this, I figured 1,850 pounds, so that would be 37 bags of wheat that you would need for the equivalent of this. And 37 bags at $14 a bag, that's $518. And I spent $150, so that's a savings of roughly $368 that I'm saving by using bulk wheat versus using bags. But if you don't have a way to handle it, move it, transport it, or anything like that, then bags is gonna be your best bet. You're just gonna spend more on it. So here it is. That's the bulk wheat. 18.66 units, that's 1,866 pounds, $8 per unit, $149.28. The 271313, we got a quarter of a ton, 500 pounds worth. A ton's 530, so we spent $132.50 on fertilizer. Now that is not enough fertilizer to use for all of this wheat. We're just gonna use that fertilizer in some different spots. Normally you would want about 5 bags per acre if you're fertilizing everything. About 250 pounds per acre would be about the going rate roughly, but again, I've got 500 pounds. We've got a couple of spots we feel that we need some fertilizer. The rest of it should be fine without. I don't know if I told you guys or not, but it is windy today. This wind is just getting it. Spilling some of that high dollar fertilizer. Yeah, there's like $20 worth of fertilizer just spilled. Oh, yeah. Whew. Stuff don't ever get no lighter. All right, let's go get Tiny. I need to find another pallet so I can put the fertilizer on, and then we'll get this wheat seed picked up. That's gonna be a pretty good test for Tiny. 1,866 pounds, plus you have the weight of the new pallet forks, which is a little over 400. So this will be a good test for it. Those things are screaming for some air. Guess I better check the air pressure in those and see what it's at. Well, I'm kind of impressed with what this thing's able to do. You guys seen that was 1,866 pounds of wheat, and the forks weigh right there. The weight of these forks, 423 pounds. So with the weight of the forks, the pallet, the 3 barrels, and that wheat, that's over the 2,200 pound capacity that this machine's rated for. It did it. It didn't necessarily like it, but it did it just fine. If the rear end wouldn't have been loaded or the backhoe on this thing, I'm pretty confident it wouldn't have picked it up, because I did let it down a little fast there one time, and you could just feel the rear start to rear up a little bit. Highly impressed with this so far. So real quick, I want to mention something also. Here a while back, I did a video about doing the armrest on this, and I had to move the cup holder, and a few of you guys left comments and told me that there were some pretty decent ones on Amazon that were magnetic, so I went ahead and picked one up. It was actually pretty cheap. I'll put a link to it down in the description box. So here it is. It has rubber coated earth magnets on the bottom. It's got some little padding on the inside. So far, it seems to be hanging in there okay. You can put yourself on it if you want. I'm not sure exactly how it does with the larger cups yet. Let's just try it. So here's the Beast 40 ounce cup. It doesn't really fit in there that well, and it pulled the magnet off. So I think the smaller ones would probably be just fine. Or bottles of water is just fine. So I'll keep using that and see how it does, and I'll just kind of update y'all. I didn't want to make a video about a cup holder, but wanted to show y'all what I went with, and we'll see how it holds up. All right, everyone. Well, that was the chore for the day. Still impressed with Tiny being able to pick that up. On paper, this machine shouldn't have picked that up, but it did. It did fine for the most part. Nothing broke, so that's always a plus. But here in the next day or so, we're going to get hooked up to that big disc sitting back there, and we're going to start getting this wheat in the ground because it's almost running out of time to do that. It's currently late September, I think September 20th, somewhere right around there. So this wheat really needs to get in the ground sooner than later. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next few days. Don't know when those videos will come out, but you'll see them. But everyone, if you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.